the hot topic of the day. You can turn on SportsCenter. You can turn on any channel right now. It's Masters Week. You get the Azaleas. You get Amen Corner. And yes, you get an overload of that guy, Tiger Woods. Future betting odds, Teddy. Somebody's trying to move the market out there. $85,000 wager placed at 14-1 odds with net $1.19 million. And we're off and running, Teddy, on Masters Week.
Sure. And of course, Tiger Woods, 10 years after Tiger Woods was relevant? I mean, how long's it been for Tiger? It's been a long time since Tiger was the dominant golfer in the world. And yet, Tiger's still the headline. Tiger's still the guy. Golf has not done a great job of developing stars behind Tiger Woods. Hence, that's why we're talking about him. Of course, that's why he's taking action. 14-1, $1.19 million. That'd be a nice little score. Of course, if you have 85 grand to throw down on a bet like that, knock yourself out. But the one that stood out to me, the prop bet on Tiger Woods not to win the Grand Slam, not to win all four majors, minus 10,000. And yeah, someone's willing to lay that. 20 grand bet to win $200. Sounds crazy, doesn't it, Donnie? But on the other hand, it's going to win.
No, it's clear money. But look, if you have that much money to spend down, you could probably do a lot of things with your time other than maybe, Teddy, you got the significant other you want to impress on a first date. I just bet 20 grand on Tiger Woods and not win. They have no idea what the odds are. Man, this guy's a big roller. You head out to dinner, and then this guy says, hey, man, I'm going to go collect my $200 at the end of the season. It's always interesting. But taking a look, Teddy, some futures odds out here for the Masters this week. Rory McIlroy plus 750, Dustin Johnson plus 1,000, Justin Rose 1,200, Rahm 1,400, and Tiger Woods pulling up the rear at 1,400. It's always interesting to get in. And now with legalized sports gambling climbing in across the nation, Teddy, this is really interesting because in the past, some offshore books, Las Vegas, you might get some of these odds, but now they're in the mainstream, which makes it a lot of fun.
It does. And it's good to talk about. It's good for us. And the fact is, you're out there in all these different states now. You can make a legal bet. Of course, it makes no difference if people are betting legally or illegally, except when it comes to the tax man. But the Masters is always going to take a ton of action. When you look at that future board again, McIlroy, Johnson, Rose, Rahm, guy that are playing elite. And there's Tigers who has the name, but you never get true value. You really never get true value on Tiger Woods. I could not recommend him for a future bet in the Masters, although it should be a lot of fun to see what we've always done in Vegas. And of course, the way the professionals attack the Masters is head-to-head matchups. That's where that's their bread and butter. That's where they're making their money. It's not about the one big future ticket to win it all. The matchups themselves are the profit producers for the professional bettors that I know here in Vegas that focus on the Masters.
Tiger, great for ratings, Teddy. Great for the sports books as well, taking in these massive wagers on futures that, hey, we'll see if they come in or not. We'll know certainly by Monday. But, Teddy, who says we're in the right industry to begin with? Gamblers aren't book smart? Who says that? Jeopardy contestant James Holzhauer sets the record on Tuesday, Teddy. $110,914 on a single day. Now, in my household, that's ridiculous, Teddy. I don't know. Maybe you're cashing tickets daily out there at the sports books for that amount. But it's amazing to see a guy in there, 2005 graduate from Illinois, math degree behind it, putting it to good use, and rolling on Jeopardy. The one interesting thing, Teddy, is wouldn't it be nice to have a sports betting record, Teddy, of 129-4?
Yeah, it'd be real nice. But even Holzhauer didn't put together a record like that. We're talking about a guy who came from Illinois with a math background, was betting NBA futures, got into in-game betting, and has done rather well for himself. No surprise at all to see a very bright professional sports bettor cleaning up on Jeopardy. I'm telling you, there's two types of guys that move to Vegas to bet on sports. There really are. They're the hardcore math guys that are bright as smart as anyone I've ever met. And then there are, guys that have that gene, the gambling gene in them. They got the big balls. They want to see what they can do. I'll tell you what, the math guys tend to do better over the long term. And certainly we talk about James Holzhauer. He's one of them who's done this successfully in town for more than a decade. Now he's doing it on Jeopardy. Let's give the guy some credit. And let's give Jeopardy some ratings for a guy that has a chance to, they're already talking about Greg Jennings and what he did on Jeopardy. Holzhauer's a guy that might give Jennings a run for his money.
It's always fun to watch. My mother-in-law's a huge Jeopardy, fan, watches it every night, and it caught my attention the other night when he was first on there. So I wanted to check it out. And it's always funny, Teddy, the way Alex Trebek reacts to somebody running away with the competition and ruining his Jeopardy, the final answer that you would have. So he's making a mockery of it, which is really interesting to watch, and seeing the amount of money pile up, because what was it, a couple $100,000 for 4 days of work. We'll see how long he can go. And yeah, you're right. See if you can get in that Ken Jennings territory. Talk about Ken Jennings territory, wild night in Major League Baseball with some surprising results. We talked yesterday, Ted. If I think I remember, one of the little snippets you said is, I'm not going to bet Jacob deGrom at this number. You're only looking at the underdog. The Twins pound Jacob deGrom when nobody was able to. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look, we can say this. deGrom was due, long past due for a rough outing. But, boy, he got beat up yesterday. 4 innings, gave up 6 runs. And a plus 230 ticket on the Twins. Mets scored 8 runs. They were never in it. 14-8 Minnesota get the money. How about Philadelphia blowing their big lead last night? 6-1 lead for the Phillies. The Nats 9 straight runs, including the tying homer in the 9th with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Brutal for Phillies backer. When you have that 5-run lead, well, we've seen some vulnerability from that Phillies bullpen. But anytime you have a 5-run lead in MLB, you're expecting to cash that winning bet.
No, it's amazing when you watch. And again, we stress this by saying in April, still like the bullpens are still trying to work it out. You have bullpens inflated like 9 and 10 ERAs to start the season. On deGrom's final line, I mean, he got beat up by the Twins in that game, which is just amazing to watch because you're right. He hasn't been able to get touched. Aaron Nola and my Philadelphia Phillies cruising 6-1. Figure got that one in the bag. That one goes kaplooey. And then at night, you're talking about just being a gambler in the game. Hey, man, I really like this wager. I'm going to back Matt Harvey in the first 5 innings, money line, and I get a 6-0 start, Teddy. It's 8-8 by the end of 5. You don't even get to cash that ticket. Wild.
That being said, the Angels still win. I don't see what you're worried about. And you didn't lose the bet. People get mad with pushes. All right. Very, very rarely do I get mad with a push. Push works in your favor. Hey, you're supposed to cash, but you didn't lose. You get your money back. Doesn't kill you. You got to push if you had Angels first 5. It sucked, but it doesn't kill you. It doesn't hurt you. The ones that rip your heart are the ones where you're supposed to win and then you lose. At least this way you get your money back. All that being said, Mike Trout hurt. We'll talk about what that means. We talk about the overnight line movers. Boy, that is a significant injury when it comes to the betting marketplace. So LA got the win last night. They're playing, obviously it's been a real good homestand for the Angels. But moving forward, the Trout injury has potential to be problematic, to put it mildly, for LA.